Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Josh, and I run the GPU Abuse website and gaming channel. Today, we are actually going to be taking a look at one of my favorite lenses. I do have a couple disclaimers that I want to get out of the way, so I don't waste your time with this video, but please do stick around. The first thing is, I'm not a professional when it comes to cameras. I literally just own one. I like to go out and about and have a good time shooting some footage. With that being said, if you are looking for lenses, and this doesn't only apply to this video, this applies to almost every video, make sure you check out a bunch of different resources, because my footage is going to vary depending on the equipment that I use, and that applies to everybody too. This here is a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. It has a micro four thirds mount. It has a crazy crop factor on it, so just because you see the footage that I take and you're like, wow, that looks different than this footage, it's because every camera is going to provide different looks and feels. So really, if you don't have a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera and you don't have this exact lens, you're not going to get the same results. But hey, if you happen to have these two same products here, yeah, well, there you go. We have something in common. So like I said, I have the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera and the Lensbaby Sol22. This lens, I absolutely love it. I'm relatively new to shooting on cinema cameras. I was looking for a creative lens, something to do like dream sequence, trippy style footage, and boy, with this lens was I totally, this lens amazes me. So let's talk about the construction of it. First off, it has a nice lens cap. It's like a nice frame too. It's a heavy duty, like, I don't know what kind of metal, maybe aluminum, I don't know, don't quote me on that, but it's a very sturdy lens compared to this here. This lens feels very finicky. It's like plastic, where this lens, yeah, you could probably drop it and be alright. I wouldn't recommend dropping it, but you know, I don't recommend dropping any lens. It has a micro four thirds, so let's go ahead and attach it onto my camera here. Satisfaction is guaranteed. Satisfied. The lens cap is a really nice bonus too. I like when my lenses come with lens caps. Sometimes they don't if you buy them used. I didn't buy this one used though. So what makes this lens unique? 22mm, as it states in the name, Lensbaby Sol22, has a fixed aperture of 3.5, and really, I was looking at some other videos, and they were saying that this lens was complicated, and I disagree. This is probably one of the easiest lenses that I have, but it has advanced features. What I mean by that is literally all you gotta do is clamp this thing onto your camera and worry about the focus ring. That's all you have to do to get really unique looking shots. Now you can dive a little bit deeper and bend it. This lens bends. Is that not the most bizarre thing you've ever seen? Look at that. That is great. That blows my mind. You can get some seriously unique shots with this lens just simply by bending it, but that's not the only thing you can do. See that? I never ever would have thought that I would tell someone, hey, go ahead and stick your finger in the lens, but stick your finger in there and it has these little covers, right? And it can provide you some pretty decent bokeh effects, I'm just saying. Not only that, it spins. It's like a little spinner rim in there. Just one, none, or both. Pretty cool. You can position it exactly where you want it to be, and literally that provides different effects I'll show you guys here in a bit, but you stick your finger in the lens, you bend it, you're like breaking all the rules of having a lens. Now, say bending's not your deal, you don't want to bend your lens, you don't want to stick your finger in it. That sounded horrible. You can lock it into place, and it won't bend once it's locked. Really cool lens. So, let's get to some footage showing off some of the bending effects. So the subject that I chose was my mouse. I chose my mouse because it was immediately in front of me. So, you know, there's that. Not only that, it's a nice stationary object to where I could show you guys what I'm focusing on. Because when you bend, to get the different effects, you can either bend towards the subject, away from the subject. It all depends on what's in the background, what you want to show. So without further ado, let's get into some footage. So keep in mind, these shots aren't supposed to be super cinematic. I'm going to save that for the last, but I just wanted to show you, you know, what happens when you do different things. So this is with both of the shields down, and this is with both of the shields up, and then this is me bending the lens in different directions. You can notice that depending on which direction you bend the lens in, the focus becomes a lot different. So I want to close this video with some cinematic footage that I captured the other day. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to my camera channel because I'll be using this lens a lot more. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in, and as always, I hope to see you next time. Adios.